Hi everyone, the new catalog is here, so I thought we'd do a little walkthrough. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the inside. Okay, until today I wasn't allowed to show the inside of the catalog, but today is launch day, so now we can get inside, and that's always exciting. I just want to say first off, I really like the cover. I love this green. It's garden green. It's been one of the colors that, it's probably one of my older colors, that and real red, but it's still a favorite, and so I really like seeing it on the cover. And it's just a really pretty cover, isn't it? It just says spring. I know it's an annual catalog, not just a spring catalog, but to me, the grass is green outside finally. My trees have leaves again. So it's just really a pretty catalog. It came at the right time. So I'm going to pass by some of these, although they're really nice to kind of read. Table of contents and all of the other fun things that are going on in Stampin' Up! World. And so there's little reasons to craft, and how there's a new reward program. So if you're not familiar with that, I talked about that in a newsletter, and it's kind of nice where before you had to spend $150 before you started earning rewards on your purchases, but now you earn them at $20. And so instead of having the spend $150 and then get Stampin' Rewards right then, now you can spend any amount, well, up to $20 and then some, and you start earning rewards immediately, and you can save them up and not have to use them that minute. So if you only earn $2 rewards on a $20 order, maybe you can't think of anything for $2. So then you can add it all up, and then eventually, get yourself, some new bundle that you really had your eye on or something. So it's kind of a nice new rewards program. It doesn't, it's kind of like if you shop at Kohl's, they have that where you get those Kohl's dollars. So you get Stampin' Reward dollars, 10% of your order, and they accumulate, they expire after a year. So it's longer than Kohl's. I always get those Kohl's dollars, and then by the time I go again, because who needs to go the very next day? They always expire. These expire after a year from the purchase, and it keeps track of it on the side, so you're never gonna, forget. When you log in under your name and your email address, it'll have an accumulated total and the date they expire right there. So it's kind of nice. The new rewards program. Take a look at that. This is a new kit, which is lovely. I got to see this in person at an event that I went to with Stampin' Up! In Peoria, and it's really the prettiest kit. So pretty. They're all pretty. This is one that's been around for a while, which I think is really lovely also. There's a new pop-up one coming. This is not out yet, but it's coming soon. And this is a great one to have on hand, a birthday kit. There's a million kits, so you should log in and take a look at the kits collection. I think there's a QR code in the catalog maybe for that. No, maybe not. Okay, kits collection is online, and it changes because as they sell out of kits, the new kits come out every month, and some go away, so that changes up. The ones they put in the catalog, they try to keep for at least the length of the catalog, so these will be around for a while. Okay, scrapbooking workshop kits. This you're going to see in this catalog a few times, so that's why I kind of wanted to show it now, because it is confusing. Why am I seeing this several times? And there is a reason. The reason is the first section is scrapbooking kits. So that's why it's next to the kits. And these are scrapbooking kits that are pre-designed pages. And they come with a step-by-step guide of where to cut the paper, where to place it, how many inches from the side. I mean, it is like perfectly coordinated. You get everything you need except for adhesive, but you get all the papers, the embellishments, the title, words, everything in these kits. Now, of course, there's going to be leftover pieces after you've cut the patterned paper and stuff, so you'll have leftover pieces to create an additional page or so, or maybe use it for cards. But they're already designed pages, and it's kind of nice if you want to just scrapbook. They're pretty, so you don't have to let someone else do the designing, right? But you don't have to use them as they are instructed, but they are very nice. I've purchased all of the ones that have been released in the past, and I have been happy with every single one of them. Okay, so the first one is this Memories in Bloom. Now, this is like I said, it's the entire kit. $33 does 3 2-page spreads. So 3 2-page spreads, which is 6 pages, sorry. And so they're 2 pages, so they coordinate together. Now, you don't have to use them together. I know a lot of people, when they open a scrapbook, they like both pages to be the same. And I used to be like that. I've kind of given myself permission to not be like that anymore. But it is nice when the pages coordinate across. I feel 12 by 12 scrapbooking, the pages are so big that you really are not looking at them all at one time anyway. So I think it's okay to do them separately. So if you want to use this one in one thing, and then you can always use the other page somewhere else and add another title, I think that's perfectly acceptable. So anyway, this is a scrapbooking kit, and you get everything in this little picture here. So it comes with solid paper, you know, solid color paper, patterned paper, stickers, and die cuts with titles and everything all laid out. And then it comes with an instruction sheet with color images, everything, where to put things. It's a fantastic little instruction sheet. So I really like it. There's some additional things you might want to have, like a paper trimmer and stuff like that. But anyway, that's lovely. Memories in Bloom. There are a few of these. Turtley sweet, super cute if you have little children. There's little turtles doing all kinds of fun things. This is a really cute paper pack. I think it's adorable. So that's the Turtley Sweet scrapbooking kit. Again, you get a die cut sheet, sticker sheet, solid papers, pattern papers, and that instruction book. So this one is really nice. This is Weekend Adventures. This is great for your vacation photos. It's also good if you have outdoor things, like you like to do things in the great outdoors, hiking or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, things like that. Or, you know, a lady at the event used this exact kit, and she didn't do any outdoor things. She said she didn't really like the outdoors. so she found other ways to use this, and it was great. Like, this paper is very fall and Christmassy. You can do a Christmas pages on here. So it's just a really pretty, all she did was change the title pages, and it was just a really beautiful pages. And you would not have thought it was necessarily designed to be the great outdoors, but it was. So that's this one, $37. The prices on these are really great. Again, here's another one called Celebrate Together. This one is kind of florally with some lemonade and lemons, and just kind of really, it's just kind of good for, you can do a lot with this one. I think the florally images kind of work for maybe a Mother's Day celebration, some kind of spring celebration, summertime with the lemonade, making your garden, that kind of thing. So it's really pretty kit. So those were the pre-made kits, and that was what was first. And then we've got other pre-made. So we're kind of at the beginning of the catalog going for the stuff that's kind of somewhat designed and already a lot's done for you. For example, these are those ephemera packs, and they've added some good ones. So here you've got some that are for holidays. So it's just little sticker sheets. These are great for scrapbooking as well. I think that's probably why they put them next to the scrapbooking page. Little ephemera packs, and there's two different ones with images, and then there's one with words. And I really like this one. I think I actually have both of these. Let me see if I can grab them. Yeah, this is the word one. Now this is one I thought, these are big enough to put on a scrapbook page, but also great to have on hand for a card. So if you made a card and you don't really know what you want to put on it, you can, you know, put one of these words on it, and there's white and black with white. So that's this one. And then this one is, do I have that one? Oh, I thought I did. This one, oh, it's a different one. So this is yet another one. So this is not the one I'm thinking of. This is a similar thing. This one is called A Touch of Gold, and it's tags that you can mix and match on your cards or use as a tag on a gift bag. This is another one that's new, and it's probably later on, or maybe it's an online exclusive. I think it's an online exclusive, where it's these labels with gold on the trim, and these are great to stamp a sentiment or layer behind some of these pieces. So there's just so many really great mix and match ephemera packs that are great to have. And I love that they give these samples of ways to use the pieces, and you can kind of see that here. All right, so that, and here they are in use, and you can kind of find, like, here is this, and where are these different little tags. Cute. Here's a Halloween one. Adorable. These are just some suggestions for scrapbook layouts. I love these little templates throughout the catalog, so take a look at these. Here's some more fun ephemera packs. So, and here they use the ephemera packs on a scrapbook page, and how lovely is that? Okay, so very pretty. More memory keeping. I won't go too long here, although they did update the journaling pen, which I think is a great idea. These are really nice, and you get 3. So take a look at those. They're non-smudge, and they're really good. Okay, new spots. This is a new selection. So if you had the previous spot colors, they've come up with some new ones. This is one I want you to take a look at because it has cloud cover, and we're going to talk about cloud cover in a minute. Well, I'll just talk about it now since I brought it up. Cloud cover is a new in color, and the new in colors are pretty. I just got them. I have the markers in front of me. Oh, I'm missing a marker. What's missing? Secret C. Where are you? All right, anyway, I'm missing Secret C. I must have used it and put it back in the wrong spot. Uh-oh. All right, we'll have to find Secret C. But in the meantime, all right, I think I just found him. I did. Okay. All right, so these are the new colors. And this is Strawberry Slush, which was here before. And it's come back. It's a beautiful color, so I'm kind of glad it came back. And then we have another orange and yellow. And it's a little different than, I mean, the color marker caps are a little bit shiny, so you can't tell, but Timid Tiger is actually a really nice, it's not quite pumpkin pie. This is not quite daffodil, but not crushed curry. So it's, they're actually, when you put them next to the papers, and maybe I'll do a different video on the colors so it's not too long, but it's actually really nice. But the problem with the ink pads, there was a problem with cloud cover, and many of you might remember this happening once before with Purple Posy, where something about the ink, they can get the color, and then when they put it in the ink pad itself, something about that ink pad foam, which has an anti-bubbling foaming agent in the pad, and something about that chemical reaction does not like cloud cover. And so it causes the colors to separate a little bit, and you don't get this nice, beautiful kind of grayish blue. It's a beautiful color. I love these. This is kind of up my alley in color family-wise. So is Secret C, which looks black, but it's actually kind of got a greenish bluish to it. It's actually really pretty. They look really great together. And so I was really sad because they've decided they just cannot get this color to stay inside our traditional pads. So that's kind of a bummer. That's happened twice now. And it does, however, work on the spot because the spot is felt, different than our foam. So it works perfectly fine on the felt pad, not on our foam pads. So they're not going to release the big size in cloud cover with the foam pad. They're only going to release the spot, but it works fine in the marker because, again, the marker is also felt and the colors stay together nicely. They just, for some reason, they do not like that foam pad, and it separates. It's probably the anti-foaming agent in the pad that's doing it, but they can't keep it to stay. Sometimes they say they got it and it looks great, and then the next batch of pads the color separates. So it's just too inconsistent, and they just don't want to do it. But the papers are beautiful. You can get the markers and work with them, and the spot you can get in a small. You can also buy the re-inkers. The ink itself is totally fine, and you can ink up a spot, like, or a felt pad, or you can buy uninked spots as well. So that's a way around the cloud cover. That's my cloud cover story. Okay, so here are some really nice ones. These are good ones to have. I love this because it's like school colors, and you can, this is perfect for graduation, which is happening like any minute. So these are great for school colors. This is really nice for just everything. Nice set to have, big and bold. And then this one I really liked too, Encircled with Love, really pretty, and circles. Everybody's got circle punches, most of us do, and so it's always nice to have this one. These are returning, so I won't go into that. I'm talking really fast because I'm trying not to have such a long video, but okay. This is a brand new suite. It's called Florals in Bloom. It's really bright and fun, and I want to show it to you because there's actually a couple things going on here. So let me find it. There's 2 stamp sets that go with this one. So here, let's turn the page because it's got the actual 2 stamp sets and 2 die sets. So this one's more the images, this one's more the words. There are some images, but it's mostly about the words here. This one is, you can see it on the catalog cover, and it's got that paper, which I love, in Secret C, and cloud cover. I love Secret C and cloud cover together. This card kind of jumped out at me, and you do see the big pad there. It's kind of a bummer you cannot get that. Okay, anyway. So this is a really pretty combo. It's a big giant suite. So you can pick and choose bits and parts of the suite, or if you think you'll use all of it. I will say that these dies do cut out some of the, what am I trying to say? Paper, or you can cut them out with your paper snips. So you can kind of work with that a little bit. All right, beautiful. Here we go. Oh, they're cutting them out with your paper snips, but here they're showing which ones can cut out with the dies. I could have just showed you that. I forgot this was on the next page. So they've devoted quite a few pages to this one, but it is a really big suite. Really nice. And here it is again. You can see that they've popped up some of the flower images on dimensionals and made a scrapbook page. It's just such a pretty, pretty one. And the big words are great for scrapbook pages and cards. So it's just a really nice one to have. Okay, this one is cute. So you saw these turtles on the scrapbook collection, and now here they are. If you don't scrapbook and you just want that turtle paper because it's really adorable, it is adorable. These cute little turtle shells. There's a turtle shell embossing folder, which could not be shells either. If you did this without the turtles, nobody would necessarily think that this was a turtle shell, so it's kind of subtle, and you can use it on other things. It's just geometric shapes. These are really fun little geometric rhinestone-y type things that are kind of shaped like a turtle shell, but you can use them without that as well. So it's just a really fun set. Really cute. I love that you can, now if you think the turtles are cute, but you don't want to get the whole thing, you can cut out these little turtles from the paper with your paper snips and make these cards. And that way you're just buying the $12.50 in paper and you're cutting it out with your snips, and you've got some really adorable cards. And so I kind of was going to do that, although who knows, because I really think they're cute. So I might end up with the entire thing. I already was able to purchase some of it, so I do have some of these things, and I just thought these turtles were so fun. Look, there's even a bride and groom turtle. But here they are stamped, but super cute. Here they are again with their little backgrounds. I don't know if you can see, but there's like background paper here. Now, if you don't want to do that, the whole scene thing, you can go over here and use the back side of the paper. But here's the scene, and then you cut out the little turtles and put them in front of the scene. And here they show a few more. So here they are at the beach having a picnic, working on their garden. They're just adorable. So cute. Okay, this one is beautiful. I did a video using this set just the other day. It's called Galleries in Bloom, or Beautiful Gallery, sorry. And I did, let's see if it's handy, or did I already put it away? It's a big suite as well. 2 stamps, 2 dies, an embossing folder, really pretty elements, and this gorgeous paper, which I showed in my previous video. So you can take a look at that if you want. We made this card. It's kind of a little fun fold card. Anyway, and here's the paper, and it's just gorgeous. I love that. So take a look at that. Here it is again. These dies that come with this one don't come all the way out. Now you can snip them all the way out by kind of cutting the parts that's keeping them together, but really they are meant to kind of pop up on the page. They have, like, for example, this leafy one, the leaves pop up, but it stays in place and only parts pop up. I'm not sure if I can explain that well, but then if you wanted to, you can cut them out. So it says dies partially cut pop-up paper designs. Very pretty, nice for a background. Okay, this Kintsugi suite is just lovely. I don't have this one yet. I did a Kintsugi inspired card like maybe a year or 2 ago explaining this, I think it's Japanese, I don't want to say it wrong. It's the ancient art of repairing things with gold, and it's part of a philosophy where when something is broken, it's not trash anymore. It doesn't mean it's trash. You can be broken and still be beautiful, and so they repair it with gold to kind of show the repair and make it even more lovely. Kind of like we go through hard things and we can come out stronger and better for it. So that's the thought behind the Kintsugi mindset. And so this is a whole suite about that. So you've got this beautiful golden repaired paper, and it's just lovely. And if you look for Kintsugi in my videos, I have a whole video using it without, I didn't even know this suite was coming out. It was a couple years ago. So anyway, it's really pretty paper. All right, this boho vibes, I really liked this one as well. I don't know, it's kind of funky boho vibes, so, which I really like. And I like the color palette on this one too. So here's a couple pages of that. The paper's really fun. I know we've had a few rainbows in the past, but I like this kind of artsy, collage-y kind of rainbow, and I really like that some of them are florally, like leaves and things, and a zigzag. I really like it. So I like this one a lot. And I already have ordered it. It's on its way to me. Yay. Okay, so now we go back to memory keeping again, which confused some of us at an event I was at recently. And Stampin' Up! Wanted to do this because they wanted to show that there were the kits that were all encompassing, where like everything's pre-designed for you, but not everybody scrapbooks that way. Some people like to do their own thing. So now here it is without the whole entire designed kit. Remember those kits were like $37 and everything was designed and it came with exact things. This one is only $17 for the paper and a little sticker sheet. You get the paper and the sticker sheet, you design it yourself. And it's only $17 if you want to throw in $12 for some solid core or some solid cardstock to kind of coordinate, you can do that, or you can just use it. And this is kind of like do-it-yourself scrapbooking. This is not a kit, so you can kind of pick and choose what pieces you want. So it's the same papers, you'll notice. It has the same sticker sheet, does not have the die cuts, and you can get the solid paper separately in case you may or may not want it. So that's why they're separate, and that's why you're going to see it again. Like, here's the turtles again. And there's also this stamp set, which is kind of nice because in the other kits, the title pieces are die cuts, and here they're stamps, and that way you can use these again and again and again, whereas a die cut, you've put it on your page and you're done. This one, you can make Mother's Day cards for your mom or your, mother-in-law or whoever, and you can use it again next year, or, for other things. So anyway, that's why they're doing some that are together and some that are kind of do-it-yourself. So here's the do-it-yourself turtles. If you love these turtles like I was talking about on the previous page and you want to just cut them out by yourselves, you can get this one with the sticker sheet and just give you a couple extra turtles, which you can use on a card or a scrapbook page. Look at this one jumping out of the cake. They're really cute. So the two-tone paper, and then again, there's these are sized that you can use for cards. Like, It's Your Day could be on a birthday card, but it's also big enough to still be a title on a scrapbook page. So it's kind of like bridging the card scrapbook gap, right? And then here's that other one again, that Celebrate Together, not as a kit. So that's what this is all about. That's why you're seeing it. And here's that one, Weekend Adventures, not as a kit. But again, sometimes it's nice to have a stamp instead of die cuts in case you want to use them again and again. But you can get the one sticker sheet. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with this one. It just doesn't come with that instruction sheet with the cutting guides and everything all figured out for you. This is do it yourself. Okay, here we've got memory protectors, albums. I love these. If you haven't explored these before, these are called flip flaps, and it's a way to, it's got an adhesive at the top, and you can put your journaling behind, or you can put additional photos behind. It's kind of a way to get more on your page. So that's fun. All right, so we've got our colors. I want to talk briefly about two-tone cardstock. Stampin' Up! Is not selling 12 by 12 solid core cardstock anymore. It's all this two-tone cardstock. And, we're used to the way things were, and I thought I wouldn't like it, but I actually do like the two-tone cardstock in the 12 by 12. It's a little less heavy than the cardstock, so not a lot less heavy. It's still nicely heavy, but it's not as heavy. So it fills up a scrapbook page. It's not as heavy. And sometimes that white, so when you rip it, you get a white core instead of the solid all the way through core. And sometimes that's fun for techniques. So that's what this two-tone brings. It's printed, so they were able to make one side of the paper more saturated color, and then the other side of the paper, they just toned it down just a little bit. So you get two shades of every color, and they kind of show that here. So it's just expanding what you can do. And sometimes you want to have layers, but you don't necessarily want to have more colors or things. You can layer these two-tone cardstock so beautifully. Here's an example of that, where they layered the front side and the back side of this peach pie, and you can kind of see, or maybe it's petal pink, you can see, here's a way to use that white where they made it into a landscape, and that's really fun. So having the two colors of the paper can sometimes be a really nice thing to have. Here they've used it as a layering piece. So this is both garden green, but you've got the full strength garden green with the lighter garden green. So it's really nice, especially for leaves and things. So anyway, it's new. Okay, this is a really fun new set I wanted to show you. It's called Notes and Totes, and it makes this little tote bag, but also a card. So imagine, we're going to use this at Stamp Camp. I thought I had it out, but maybe I didn't put it out. Oh well. Okay, but it makes, I thought I did. Oh, I did. Notes and Totes. Okay, so the stamp set doesn't really have a lot of things, like picture-wise. It has these kind of nice Hawaiian little hibiscus type flowers and a sunshine, and that's all great. But then what really was fantastic were these dies, and I just love them. But it makes this tote bag, and then you've got a couple different options for straps. So you've got like a handle like this, or you can do this, and I'll show them on the, and these little wooden planks, you can make a whole little boardwalk, see here. So here's the 2 different types of straps to make your bag. You can use patterned paper, solid paper. This is like a little scarf that you tie on the handle, and a water bottle. And it's just, they've thought of all the little suntan lotion, heart-shaped sunglasses. I mean, they've thought of everything here. So it's just really a fun die set, and little shells. But this is the bottom of the tote, and some little stitching with, so it looks like it's stitched. You can use that or not use that. It's just adorable. So I really think this is going to be a fun one. I think I'm going to play around with it, but it looks like you could even put one on the inside and do a gift card. Like here, it looks like that's a gift card. So anyway, super fun little notes and totes. So I like that. Okay, I was excited about this one too because I love coneflowers. It's my favorite flower. And so I really like this. I think it's really fun how the coneflower is attached and can open up. If you so choose, you can also cut it off if you don't want that. But I think it's a fun little thing. You can have a little message being inside the coneflower. So I think it's really just something fun, something different. And I really thought this was cute. This is, I was able to order it today, so I don't have it yet, but it's cute. Here's a cute little silly safari, fun little stamp set. This one is another floral, and I don't have this one yet either, but look at this. This is this big giant roll of washi tape. So the stamps fit the dies, but so does the washi tape. And that's kind of interesting. So I thought that was kind of fun, and they just give a soft look. That washi tape's really pretty. Or you can do the black outlines and watercolor and do different things with that. So I think it's really a pretty one. Okay, this one's pricey. Party Dies Bundle. I love it because I do scrapbooks, so I love these giant letters. I love these giant banners, so it's kind of fun. But I don't have these yet, and you can buy just the banners or just the alphabets. These are big, like, you know, you can kind of see how big. You can only get 3 letters on a card, so that's how big they are. And you know, just really fun sizes for scrapbooks and for home decor. And so I really like them, but they are pricey. If you buy them both together as a bundle, you do save 10%. So you would save like $10 on that, and so $14 off if you buy them together. This might be one of those things I save up my reward dollars for and then get this one, because I think that's kind of a really fun thing to get. But I just was like, until I absolutely need it. Although this would be good for banners for graduation too. So I'll need it next. I'll need it soon. Okay, this is really pretty. The Right Words. I think these are the kind of sentiment stamps that are great for your collection. And so I wanted to point it out. I have a friend who's moving. I miss you already. I don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. And that would be perfect for her, as she's kind of moving to a different state. And that is sad. So here we've got, oh, this is fun. These are stamps. It's like one stamp, but they come apart. So they're not actually all together. And you can layer them. So you can make, you know, different things. Like you can use the wreath, or you can use the sides. Here it is there. So it's kind of fun to see how they come apart. That is fun. Oh, I did get this one. Super cute. I love cardinals. So I got it for this guy right there. But then when I was looking through the catalog, I think that is just colored so prettily, isn't it? Whoever colored this one looks gorgeous, and those are my colors, so love that. And so it's so cute. You can put a little heart there. Adorable. This one is interesting. We had to do drawing similar to this in I take a drawing class where it's one line, and you have to try to draw it continuously with one line, and we kind of did that as a warm-up just to kind of get ourselves going in drawing class. Some of them I noticed he's 3 lines. Some of them are not quite one line, but they're fun anyway. So really a fun stamp set. These are really pretty. I like this one for lake life, and it's really nice. But this one, it's one stamp, and here they stamped it, and you can use sponges to kind of get different colors on the one stamp and get a really soft look. But here, look, they stamped it on top of designer paper. And how fun is that? So that's cute. I like that. These are repeating things, so let's get past that. And I think I've shown you all that I want to show you in here. There's a couple new embossing folders, but I think you saw them inside. There's the turtles and things like that. Here they are. Okay, so this is new release day. Here's paper. I did want to point out that some paper, normally paper retires after one catalog year, and it doesn't go to the next catalog. They're not doing that as much anymore, because as we've added more scrapbooking things, the 12 by 12 paper is really selling. So they feel like 12 by 12 paper needs to stay around a little longer. It's really great for scrapbooking, so if we have it, we might as well keep it around a little bit longer. So you've got some of these papers sticking around. This one is called Irresistible Designs, and you can see here that they used a blending brush with some ink to kind of show the designs underneath. I just ordered this today, so I don't have it yet, but that'll be a fun one to use. But look at this, that painted lavender and these nests of winter. You've seen these before, but they're still here because they're selling, and the scrapbooking world loves these wood planks and these birds and this lavender. So it's staying, and that is a good thing because I haven't used it all up yet, and I can never get enough of this one. It seems like, I think this is the thing I order repeatedly. New patterns of paper, and we've got all of our, oh, I wanted to show this one. These are called metallic rub-ons, and so you kind of take a stick, like a bone folder, and you can rub the pattern onto, so it's just adding this foil onto your card. So that's fun. I'm looking forward to getting this. I ordered that today as well. And here's something funny I thought. Look at how many gems they used on this card. Like 1,000,000 gems. I would not do that. Would you do that? Tell me if you would do that. It's probably these. I mean, it looks really cool, but I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I only use like 4 gems on a card. I would have a hard time with that one. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to show you. I do want to show you a couple of online exclusives because those are live today too. Online exclusives come out every other month. Not sure if you know that, but they do. And so there are some new ones all the time. They're just trying to keep things more fresh. You might have noticed that the catalog is a little skinnier than usual. That's because it's so expensive to print these days. Is a lot of paper, and on mailing stamp prices just keep going up. So they wanted to not use up so much paper to make them heavy to cause the price for us to mail these out to you. So they are a little bit thinner than usual, but check online. The online exclusives are amazing, and you can still see all of these online as well. I want to show a couple online exclusives just because I love them. Here's the first one I want to show you. This one to me is amazing, and I love it so much. It's called Sunrise Sailing, and there's a stamp set, which is beautiful by itself, and there's also an embossing folder. I don't know if you can see, but there's that boat is right there with some clouds, and you can use it just as is and use a sponge to highlight some of these waves with the blue or the clouds with white. You can do different things. You can put this boat right on top of this one. You can take the cutout boat and then put it through the embossing folder to kind of give the sail some texture. There are dies as well, so you can really, these are water waves. You can see I've already used them. And here's the boat. So the boat can be cut out as well, and then you can take the cutout and put it here and emboss it to give texture. You can emboss solid paper. It's just like so many things you can do. And I just love it because I love Door County, Wisconsin, which is where I go all the time. And yeah, so this is beautiful to me. Here is the first card I did with it. I did this little seagull fell off. I did a video on how to make this card, but it's pink. It's a different card, but it's the same card. Just a different stamp set. And so if you want to look up how to make this, maybe I'll do a video just for this one too, because I do love this collection, and these waves are really fun. So anyway, this is the first card I made with it, but I'm sure I'll be making lots more. It's just a really fun sailboat. So I love that one. This is in the online exclusive, so you have to look through those or you will not see it. But do look at those because there's some really fun ones. There's a popcorn one that I'm getting for movie night pictures, for scrapbooking. It's just really fun ones. That one's on its way as well. And then this one, and I wanted to point this one out because it is so similar to the one I showed you in the catalog, where there's a paper and a stamp and die. Remember this one I showed you a few minutes ago with the stamp? So the color families are so similar, but the papers are different, and this one has just a different feel to it. And I got them both just because, you know, demo discount, couldn't pass it up. It's pretty. I'm sure I'll use them at stamp camp. Look at that. I love this paper. Beautiful, beautiful backgrounds if you get tired of the images, but aren't they pretty? I love the way they're drawn. So fun. So I really liked this paper too. They have it's a different feel. It's a beautiful paper. just a different feel, but similar. And then the stamps here, this one has flowers and words, whereas that's a little different. And you've got these tones here that you can layer, and it kind of gives you this look here. So I just thought it was really pretty. And so even though I got that floral, I also got this floral. And I liked the dies. So, and then look, you get these big oval dies that you can use. So anyway, I really liked it. And I'm sure I will get a lot of use out of that. And there is another online exclusive I wanted to show you. It's like a sweet jar, yeah. There's a, what did I do with it? It's a stamp and punch. And it's like a little jar of sweets, and I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. Sweet jar, super cute. Yeah, so I like it. I love that there's a little clover, because I'm Irish. So I love there's a little clover there. But it's a little punch that punches out your sweet jar. So super cute. Lots of new things. So online exclusives and new catalog. There's great things to be had. So do check them out. This was a prototype I was working on, and I lost the top of my jar, but here's that sweet jar with some jelly beans. I did that at Easter. And so I wanted to make sure you knew about the new catalog, show you some things, but I also want to tell you there's a special going on just for this month, and it's a really good one. If you found a few things in here that you really like and your order comes to about $100, you are really better off to do the sign up deal, the join deal, because then you get to choose any $165 worth of products, any $165 worth of products that you like, and only pay $99. It ships free, which is, shipping is kind of pricey, so ships free. You have to pay tax on it, but that's it. And it's, you can make that a purchase and not purchase anymore, or you get a discount to try out. So I'm going to do a separate video on the join deal, but seriously, consider it. It's a great deal, and there are no further obligations, and I do want to point it out. So while you're looking, if you're racking up close to $100, it's kind of, you might as well. So that is my overview. Fun new colors. I told you about cloud cover. Yeah, so go look at the catalog. Bye. I'm going to put a link to the online store in the video description.